Welcome back to Nonsense. I'm Chris, and this is episode 5 in a new series of ridiculously detailed superfan breakdowns of Rick and Morty, looking back with all the additional lore and knowledge we have about the show while breaking down all the missable animation details and jokes. This is Season 1, Episode 5, Meeseeks and Destroy, which right off the bat, the title is a reference to the Metallica song Seek and Destroy, which is about the feeling, the urge to kill, which applies to the Meeseeks at the end of the episode. The opening scene is actually inspired by Event Horizon, though, the incredible 1997 film, according to the creator commentary at least.
The main premise to that, we want it to look like Event Horizon.
Yeah.
The ship is kind of elongated like Event Horizon was, and the wormhole looks like the one from the end of the movie. The family being weird and demonic, then sweet, then demonic again, is just exactly what the demons from hell would do in Event Horizon, but Rick catching them with like a Ghostbusters box is hilarious. But too much for Morty, who says he doesn't want to do the adventures anymore until Rick agrees to let him pick the next one, and if it's good, to let him pick 1 in 10, which obviously comes back several times throughout the series.
You know, these demonic alien spirits are really valuable. Told you not to trust that tuna.
You know what, Rick? That's it! I'm done with these insane adventures! Adventures are supposed to be simple and fun!
Oh yeah, Morty, yeah. That's real easy to say from the sidekick position. How about next time you be in charge, and then we'll talk about how simple and fun it is.
Seriously, Rick?
Fine, but let's make it interesting, Morty. If your adventure sucks, you lose the right to bitch about all future adventures.
Okay, alright, tough guy. But if my adventure's good, I get to be in charge of every 3rd adventure.
Every 10th.
Deal. Alright, well, come on, let's get going. I, Morty Smith, invoke my right to choose 1 in every 10 Rick and Morty adventures. Read them in week.
Fucking damn it. Fine, but don't say I didn't warn you.
Yes! Vindicator command ship beacon received. We're doing Vindicators too!
Well, that's about as much curvature as you're gonna get from a time travel story. You know what? This one counts as one of your adventures.
Hey, come on!
No freebies.
Oh, man, I wanted to go to Boob World!
Well, now we can't because you fucked up.
Cashing in a few of these bad boys!
Whoa. We're still doing the punch card system?
Never stop! Bam! Freedom and weep! Fully punch cards, each entitling me to an adventure of my choosing. I don't make the rules!
Yeah, I do, you little gremlin.
The family walks in needing help with random bullshit, so he pulls out the Meeseeks box, which clearly must be some sort of product he bought, since we see lots of aliens using them throughout the series, and there's an off-brand version, and Rick literally throws them away, as we see in the trash episode. But with Meeseeks box to solve their problems, Rick and Morty set off on an adventure in some kind of fantasy land, and Morty gets up in the town square and asks for a quest, to which they say they're all starving and poor, but the giant in the sky is rich, a la Jack and the Beanstalk, so they set out to Robin Hood him, while Summer and Beth have successfully made use of their Meeseeks to be more popular and feel more fulfilled. But Jerry's utter lack of athletic ability can't be talked out of him by the Meeseeks. Also, a lot of people were saying that he spawned these clothes somehow, but the canon explanation by the creators is just that Jerry bought him the clothes, which to me is even funnier. But the Meeseeks summons another, hoping together they'll succeed as we cut back to Rick and Morty who are climbing the beanstalk. They get to the giant's house at the top and hide behind a cookie jar when they hear him coming. We also learned this in the creator commentary.
Oh yeah. Harmon Giant. That's so funny.
It's actually Steve Agee's voice, right?
Yeah,
Steve
it's Agee. Yeah.
From the Sarah Silverman program, but clearly drawn as me.
But the giant's wife walks in and calls the cops, who arrest and interrogate them, while Summer and Beth are doing great after the Meeseeks, and Jerry is still failing to get 2 strokes off his game. He tries to vent to Beth, who tries and fails to get him to notice her, before the Meeseeks start expressing discomfort at existing for so long. Back with the boys, they're on trial and about to lose, but a civil defense lawyer steps in, getting them off. We also learned
There's Guy Fieri / Fat Me sitting down.
Oh yeah. Here comes a cameo from Ryan Ridley as the savior giant lawyer.
Yeah, the go-to Jewy voice.
They walk out though, and Rick insists on going home, but Morty says they're going to get something for the poor villagers and finish the adventure. Jerry, meanwhile, is at his wit's end with the Meeseeks, and they're also at theirs with him, but Beth interrupts by getting him to go out to eat with her. Rick and Morty climb down to the infamous Thirsty Step Tavern, named that because of all the drunk stare people, obviously, but there's also a cigar guy and a hammer guy. Maybe this is where that hammer Morty came from. They also have a giant penny up for decoration. They order some drinks, of which one of the options she lists are Juicy Time Babies, another reference to Gravity Falls through the character Time Baby, and Slippery Stare overhears them saying they need to get down the stairs and offers to help for the local currency schmeckles. Rick gets annoyed about it, so Morty goes to the bathroom and tells him he can leave if he hates it so much. Meanwhile, the Meeseeks are starting to lose it, and one of them says this.
I've been trying to help Jerry for 2 days, an eternity in Meeseeks time, and nothing's worked.
Which, oddly enough, the wiki states is an error, but no, it's been 2 days, clearly. They went to jail and had a trial, and Summer and Beth have been making changes. It's been 2 days, but the Meeseeks start fighting, and they intercut the fight with Rick singing and Morty getting sexually assaulted. Which I'll just say is kind of too good of a depiction. The Meeseeks agree to kill Jerry instead of fighting each other, though, and take off to the restaurant he and Beth went to, Fancy Eats, where Jerry and Beth are talking.
Where would you go?
I don't know, man. Italy, Greece, Argentina.
Countries known for their sexually aggressive men.
In case you didn't know.
Countries known for their sexually aggressive men.
Johnny,
Like suicidal people.
Johnny Carson for the kids in the audience.
Was that Ridley? Was that a Ridley?
Yeah, and it never really.
I love it. Look,
No, I think it's great.
all the 70-year-old fans of the show will...
But the Meeseeks burst in armed and on horseback, and they have to rush into a freezer to survive. Meanwhile, Rick has been cleaning house, and Morty says he's ready to go home. But in an early moment of growth, Rick realizes he was just being grumpy about not being in control, and says they should take his new poker winnings back to the village. He also notices the jelly bean and puts two and two together before they take off back to the village. Meanwhile, the Meeseeks are threatening to kill civilians if Jerry doesn't come out. So Beth trains him on how to golf, and he proves he took 2 strokes off his game, and the Meeseeks disappear. Meanwhile, Morty's delivering the money to the villagers, which has SHM on it for Schmeckle, but as they're celebrating, the townfolk want to introduce Morty to their king, the guy who assaulted him. So they dip out, and Rick kills him to all of our relief. And a lot of people thought this was time travel, but the creators confirmed no, and it even inspired this joke later in the series.
Are you guys sure you want pizza?
Arnaldo's isn't closed in the dimension where they didn't invent daylight savings!
What would we do without you?
By the way, that wasn't time travel. There were just a couple pizzas on the counter. I grabbed them.
And Beth and Cherry make up before we get Rick's catchphrase for the first time,
Wubba-lubba-dub-dub!
which apparently went from Ryan Ridley writing Wubba Lub as a placeholder, expecting Dan Harmon to rewrite it with something better, but he instead just added a second lub, Wubba Lub Lub, and then in the booth, Roiland was doing a bunch of iterations, and the one the editor chose was Wubba Lubba Dub Dub, which is a ridiculous writing process for a ridiculous catchphrase. After the credits, we see the new king, I assume, find out that Jellybean was a pedo, and he decides to keep it a secret because he's an immoral piece of shit. And that's all I've got for episode 5, but check back in Friday at noon for episode 6, and again Tuesday at noon for episode 7. And don't forget to like and leave any theories and details you notice in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.